football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so it's been a long, tough, arduous road for Robeisy Ramirez, but he can finally have that right and that honor for the rest of his life to be called champion, because he did what he needed to do, and he beat Isaac Dogboe last night. Now, Dogboe, he's been at this level before. He's been champion. He had a lot to fight for. He had been very fortunate, I believe, because he had a string of like close fights that he was getting decisions, like all the decisions in, like the Joel Gonzalez fight, I believe Adam Lopez. A lot of close fights he was getting, the nod on, and so he had to really grind it out to get to this point, But Robeisy Ramirez, let's talk about him. This is a guy that in this fight with Dogboe, I thought he did a good job for the most part of keeping Dogboe on the outside and utilizing the ring to not allow him to fight on the inside as much as he wanted to, because the handful of times, the times when Dogboe was able to close the gap and throw punches and get off, he had success. But then even then, Robeisy showed really tight defense, and it was really difficult for Isaac Dogboe to penetrate the guard of Robeisy Ramirez. And what was great about the fight is towards the latter stages of the fight, when Dogboe really sold out, because Barry Hunter gave him this big motivational speech going into the last round about like his ancestors, how he needed to fight hard, and we'll get to Barry Hunter in a second. But basically, he sold out for the knockout. He tried to press as much as he could, and then Robeisy wound up getting a knockdown in the 12th and final round to really seal the deal. And now he's been champion. And like Robeisy Ramirez, his journey in the sport is unique, because this guy was two-time gold medalist, beat Shakur Stevenson in the gold medal match, right? Which is great in itself. He didn't even need to have a pro boxing career. That would have been great enough on its own. But then he got to the pros, and he lost his first pro fight. And he's won, like, what is it now, like 13 or 14 straight fights? Something like that. It's well over 10 straight fights in a row since losing his pro debut. And that's tough, because when you lose your pro debut, that's when people start calling you a bust, hype job, a bum, exposed, all that stuff, right? So the fact that he's done that, became champion in this type of fashion, it's going to have him in the history books forever, because there's only there's a couple fighters that have done that before, like Bernard Hopkins lost his pro debut, became world champion. Henry Armstrong lost his pro debut, became world champion. I believe Juan Manuel Marquez lost his pro debut, became world champion. Michael Bent, even, I could be wrong about Michael Bent, but Michael Bent lost pro debut and I think became a world champion. So it's a lot of fighters that did their thing after they lost their pro debut. And now he's in a division where there's some good fights out there for him. Obviously, Venado Lopez, Ray Vargas, Mauricio Blanco Lara. He's the only non-Mexican world champion at featherweight, because right now Mexico runs featherweight. Straight up, I might need to make that a shirt with like Blanco Lara, Ray Vargas, and Venado Lopez. Mexico runs featherweight, because it's the truth right now. They got the best fighters. They're all, 3 of the 4 champions are Mexicans, but he's put himself in line for some great fights. He's Ismail Salah, shout out to him, the great coach. He's produced another world champion, and it's a beautiful thing, because I remember when Robeisy lost, there were a lot of questions about him, because the way he fights now wasn't the way he fought when he first turned pro. He was a guy that had a lot of the same problems that a lot of Cuban fighters have coming from the pros, or coming to the pros from the amateurs. He would throw punches to score, but not necessarily punches to hurt you. And at the end of the day, professional boxing, this is ultimately the hurt business. So good on him, and I look forward to seeing what he's going to do in the future. But switching gears to Isaac Dogboe, I wanted to kind of camp out on him, because I don't think he lost for lack of trying. I think it was Timothy Bradley who said it during the telecast. He said, Isaac Dogboe has the tools to beat Robeisy Ramirez. He's just not applying them correctly. And I agree with that, because I was getting frustrated, because there were times where he would explode and he would close that gap on Robeisy Ramirez. And you can tell some of the shots that did get through the guard of Robeisy were giving him trouble. But then, he would kind of just let his foot off the gas and kind of follow Robeisy in a straight line. And it was a little frustrating to watch. Mind you, it didn't help that, for me, the main event was at like 1:30 in the morning, 1 in the morning. So that made it even, I was getting even more upset because, Bob Arum, Top Rank, listen, man, having a main event on ESPN Plus between two, good fighters, but not big names for a vacant world title for a fight in Oklahoma on ESPN Plus, it ain't it. So Top Rank got to tighten up. But what really frustrated me the most about Dogboe wasn't even Dogboe himself. It was more so Barry Hunter. I know the trainers take the blame if the fighters lose, but Barry Hunter was what really frustrated me in this fight, because every time they had put up the camera on him and he was giving Dogboe instructions, he pretty much would just say like stuff that had nothing to do with boxing, like, let's go to work, man. Your ancestors, you gotta fight for your ancestors and all this stuff. It was a lot of motivational stuff, and there's a place for that, obviously, but I just got really pissed off with his lack of instructions. And mind you, like, look, I don't have no personal vendetta against nobody. I love everybody, but as far as him as a trainer, I've never been the highest on Barry Hunter. I think he's if you have a certain style, he's a good coach, and the style Dogboe has, I actually does work with Barry Hunter. But like, I just think in the corner, his instructions weren't up to par to beat a guy, to put his fighter in the best position to beat a guy like Robeisy Ramirez with all that experience. So, all respect in the world goes out to Dogboe. He's a true warrior of the sport, a real champion. He's fought on all comers, and I look forward to seeing him in the ring when that time comes again. But this night belonged to Robeisy Ramirez, and he deserves all the credit, all the praise, and all the great things coming his way, because to become champion the way he's become champion, it takes a special man, and he is that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What did you guys make of Robeisy Ramirez versus Isaac Dogboe? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.